power of next-gen consoles are able to bring us fantastic graphics with huge levels of details in crowd scenes, folds of fabric, blades of grass, little pieces of dust floating in rays of light. But they aren't able to animate female protagonists. That's the short of a grim answer from Ubisoft's technical director, James Therian, on why there will be no playable female assassins in the upcoming Assassin's Creed Unity, which otherwise looks great. He said, "A female character means that you have to redo a lot of animation, a lot of costumes. It would have doubled the work on those things. And I mean, it's something the team really wanted, but we had to make a decision. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality of game development." But that can't possibly be true, could it? Well, according to Jonathan Cooper, an animator for Naughty Dog, no. He says it would take probably a day or two's worth of work, and that walk, run, and idle cycles are probably the easiest way to physically define a character that quickly. And he would know. He worked on Assassin's Creed 3, Mass Effect 1, and Mass Effect 2, both of which featured a female version of Commander Shepard, who was basically the same in terms of animation as the male Shepard. It wouldn't require a complete retooling, being that most other animations are androgynous, according to Cooper. And just look back at the multiplayer characters in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelations. Several of them were female, but they worked just fine alongside their male reskins. For a company so focused on beautiful detail and animations, it does seem short-sighted that Ubisoft would say it's too expensive and difficult to make a female protagonist. Granted, they did say that they will be featuring strong female characters within the game. That's not quite the representation people were looking for. Now, this isn't specifically an admonishment of Ubisoft, but it seems to be an issue across the board in the industry. It's easy to write off this problem with answers such as, well, only gameplay matters, or to throw in a couple isolated examples of a minority character and consider the problem solved. But the fact is, representation matters. The problem for many lies in immersion. Feeling connected to your player character raises the stakes, creates a worthwhile investment, and makes all the points in the story seem much more deep and significant. When you're of a group that's rarely represented as a protagonist, it may be harder for you to feel invested or immersed. It's fun to feel like you're the main character rather than a two-dimensional plot device meant to further along the real focus. Nobody wants to be a DLC. But the industry is making progress. Take Lara Croft from the new Tomb Raider games, or Lee from Telltale's The Walking Dead games. These are two recent leads that show that it's possible to have a non-white male protagonist who is lovable, relatable, and profitable. But that isn't to decry the Nathan Drakes or the Booker DeWitts of the world, but it does show that the... I said but tools.
Yeah, so just start with...
No but. That isn't to decry the Nathan Drakes or the Booker DeWitts of the world, but it does show that the industry is not a monolith with only one route to a successful game. I love a lot of what Ubisoft has done, but I don't really buy that creating a playable female character, let alone a full-on protagonist, would double the workload and therefore be impossible. As Aisha Tyler, a black woman who is ostensibly tied to Ubisoft as a spokesperson, says, perhaps the issue lies in two different places. One, there needs to be more minorities and women in positions of power at gaming companies behind the scenes. And two, we need to tell the gaming companies what we want with our wallets. Now is the time to stand out and create something that we thought never possible before. And the first step, and the easiest step, is through representation. That's what I want to see.